This is Akashvani Mangalore. Yuvavani. Dear friends, in today's English Yuvavani, we bring you a program on career opportunities in Indian Army. Participants: Colonel Somu, Director at ARO Mangalore, and Major Abhijeeth Singh, Army Medical Officer at ARO Mangalore.
Dear young listeners, when we speak of dedication, determination and courage, one name comes out, and that is Indian Army. Today we have with us some officers from the Army Recruitment Office Mangalore, which is actually carrying out recruitment activities from the 11 southwestern districts of Karnataka. Today with us we have Colonel Somu, Director ARO Mangalore. Sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And also we have Major Abhijeeth Singh, Recruiting Medical Officer from ARO Mangalore. Sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
And also we have Subedar Major Surendran, who is Assistant Recruiting Officer from ARO Mangalore. Sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
First of all, sir, what is the role of Army Recruitment Office Mangalore? What is it and what activities does it do?
Okay, so Army Recruiting Office Mangalore is currently located in Kulur at Mangalore. Army Recruiting Organization comes under the ZRO Bangalore. So the ARO Mangalore, which is located here, we carry out recruitment into the Agniveer and permanent categories from the 11 districts of southwestern Karnataka, like you mentioned. Apart from that, our job is also to empower the youth with various career avenues which are available, so that they are aware as to what is the requirement for joining at various levels, starting from officer entries right up till Agniveer and permanent category. So with this, we carry out number of outreach activities like what we are doing today. And our aim is to reach out to maximum youth, so that they know and they are equipped with all this knowledge, and then they apply as per their educational qualification, their criteria and their mental makeup and mindset.
Usually today's youth are attracted to various fields.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Army, what are the factors that are motivating or that are pulling towards Army?
So the first thing, which is probably the pulling factor or the thing which is motivating, is the job satisfaction. So this is one of those few jobs where you get this job satisfaction of safeguarding your motherland. And if you have this feeling in you, that is the first motivating factor which should probably push you towards a career in armed forces. The second aspect is professional advancement. So usually there is a feeling in the civil environment that army is all about guarding the civil borders of the country, which is not the case. So you get to do number of professional courses, you get to do educational enhancements. Army gives you a lot of opportunity to carry out personal growth, which finally aids in the growth of the armed forces and the country. Then you have a number of adventure activities which are there, starting from parasailing, mountaineering, so these kind of activities are there. These are basically another opportunity where in the army you are being given an opportunity to do all these adventure activities. So let's say, for example, microlight flying. So in the civil, if you want to do a microlight flying, you have to pay and you have to do this, but army is making you do microlight flying as an adventure activity. And also, if you do well in adventure activity, you are sent further ahead to do advanced courses and prosper in your adventure activities. Then the next aspect is the economic stability. So the economic stability, these are some of those jobs where the economic stability is assured, because every country needs its armed forces, and therefore the the job security is there, and the resultant factor of economic stability. Then the social status. By the virtue of wearing this uniform, you earn a respect in the civil society because you are considered very honest, forthright, and these are the factors which I feel are primarily responsible for attracting the youth towards joining the Indian Army.
We have even in the past seen that our Indian Army has guarded our nation very well, even recently when Operation Sindoor happened. So now we want to know what exactly is the role of Indian Army in safeguarding our country. What is the major responsibilities of Indian Army?
So Indian Army is primarily carrying out two kinds of operation, if I have to put it very, very broadly. One is protection from external aggression and certain internal security duties. So if you talk of external aggression, for example, the Indian Army is deployed in one of the highest battlefield of Earth, which is known as Siachen Glacier, where the temperatures are sub-zero, almost going up to -40. It is one of the hardest battlefield known across the world. So that is one kind of external aggression that we are doing, countering the external aggression. The second aspect is counter-insurgency operation in Jammu and Kashmir. You must be seeing it in the news every day. We are also deployed along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir, where primarily we are guarding against our adversaries on the western and the northern borders, and along the international border in the western boundary, basically along the Rajasthan, the plains of Rajasthan or deserts of Rajasthan, and the developed terrains of Punjab. These are high value real estate which is available in the country, and they needed to be guarded very, very securely. We also carry out insurgency in the northeast, of the seven sisters of the country, basically where it is a very thick jungle kind of terrain. There are high altitude terrain also which is available. So in these areas, we are carrying out counter-insurgency operation akin to what is there in Jammu and Kashmir, with the difference being the operating conditions and the kind of adversary who is there. Then we are also, deployed along the line of actual control in Jammu and Kashmir and the northeastern states. Coming on to the internal security duties, what we are doing is, firstly, we carry out disaster management. So you would have seen that whenever there is a flood or something, the army columns are activated to carry out search and rescue operations. So these kind of disaster management activities are also being undertaken. And finally, we also carry out something called Operation Sadbhavna, where primarily it is winning the hearts and minds of the local population. So what we do is we carry out some activity in terms of building certain infrastructure or creating some facility which can aid in the overall growth of the local population which is there.
Sir, as you said earlier, the adventure and sports are part of Indian Army. What are the activities that are very thrilling for the youth?
So, if I have to name some of the adventure activities which are being undertaken by the army, and certain more things which are basically a pull for the youth. We have adventure activities like rock climbing. You can do basic rock climbing courses, advanced rock climbing courses. We have parasailing. We have whitewater rafting node, which is located in more than 2 places in the country, in the eastern part of the country as well as the northern part of the country. We have para jump. We have mountaineering, again both basic courses and advanced course. Then we have rally racing. It is a very, you get to do rally racing being part of the Indian Army. So these kind of things are there. Apart from all these adventure activities, there are some more adventure part which is involved, like you get to operate certain mighty machines. So whatever you see in the TV or news, you get to get a hands-on experience on these kind of mighty machines. Let's say for example, it may be helicopter, it may be a tank, it may be an artillery gun, an AD gun, whatever. So these are the first few issues. The second one is the sports infrastructure. We have some of the best sports infrastructure, starting from, you can name it and it is there. Synthetic courts of hockey, football, all this gym, all kind of sports infrastructure is there. And also what we do is we are also promoting sports within the army, wherein you would have seen that, people who have joined in the army, shown some excellence in some kind of sports, have gone on right up till say Olympics. Lieutenant Colonel Neeraj Chopra is one good example. There are many more. You would have seen even in the recent games which have finished, army has won number of medals. So that is another motivation which is being given. Apart from that, what we do is we are also taking care of day-to-day needs of all our officer, JCO and men, in terms of giving them facilities called the canteen stores department, then giving them all their medical requirements in terms of having a good medical infrastructure, right from military hospital till research and referral hospital which is available in New Delhi. We are also giving educational institutions which are world-class institution called the Army Public School. So this APS chain is available throughout the country, which is taking care of all the educational requirement of all the wards of army personnel. So these are some things which are available.
Now, regarding these career opportunities in Indian Army, especially things like officer entry, what are the educational qualifications for this officer entry, and what is the procedure of recruitment?
First, talking of officer entry, anybody who is desirous of joining the Indian Army as an officer, so I will cover it in the educational benchmarks. So the first benchmark for any young mind or a young child who wants to join the Indian Army is after 12th standard. So after 12th standard, he has got 2 options. One is the National Defence Academy, and the second one is the Technical Entry Scheme, TES, which is run at OTA Gaya. So coming on to National Defence Academy first. National Defence Academy, firstly, before I get on to the requirements to join National Defence Academy, I would like to bring it out to the listeners that National Defence Academy is now open to girl cadets as well. So if you are desirous of joining NDA, firstly your age requirement is from 16 and a half to 19 years, and while you are in the last stage of approaching your 12th standard exam, you can apply then also. And the exams are generally conducted twice in a year. First is January to June, and the second one between July to December. Procedure is, first you apply for UPSC entrance examination. The notification comes out as NDA 1 and NDA 2. NDA 1 being in the first half and NDA 2 being in the second half. Thereafter, based on your performance in the UPSC examination, a merit list is made and then you're called for the Services Selection Board interview. Then there is a medicals which is being done, followed by your training at NDA for 3 years, and then going on to the advanced, the further training at Indian Military Academy in Dehradun. And then once you finish your training at Naval Academy, Air Force Academy or Indian Military Academy, you get commissioned as Lieutenant Flying Officer or Sub-Lieutenant. The thing which I wish to highlight is that firstly for the written examination, basically there is max is required and a general ability test is to be given. Max is about 300 marks and general ability test is about 600 marks. Both papers 2.5 hours each. And here in itself, I would also like to cover the aspect of the Services Selection Board interview. Usually the SSB procedure is a 5-day selection procedure. Initially on the first day, there is a screening test which is involved. Probable candidates report to SSB. There is a screening which is carried out, followed by a 5 days of Services Selection Board interview. So this interview is a mix of your mental makeup, then your personality, your EQ, IQ, everything is being tested. So the means for testing this probably by officer intelligence rating test. Then there are thematic perception test, picture perception and description test, words association test, then group discussion, group planning, progressive group task, individual obstacles, group obstacle, and then the last day is basically a conference where basically the results are declared and the selected candidates are then further sent for medicals. So this is SSB. And also what I would advise is there is a website called Join Indian Army. It is www.joinindianarmy.nic.in. So it has got all the updates, of whatever notifications are coming up, whether be it for officer entry or JCOR entry, it is available. Now coming on to the next entry, it is the technical entry scheme, which I mentioned in the starting. So for technical entry scheme, again, you should have physics, chemistry and maths in your 12th. Age remains same. The only difference here is that, for technical entry scheme, if you have to apply, you need more than 70% marks in your class 12th in physics, chemistry, maths. Now the difference between ND and technical entry scheme is in technical entry scheme, there is no written examination. Based on your performance of marks, a merit list is drawn and then you straight away go for Services Selection Board interview. This is followed by medicals and then 1 year training at OTA Gaya, followed by 3 years degree courses at CME Pune, MCT Mau or MCME Secunderabad. These are various training centers. Once you do this, you get a BTech degree from Jawaharlal Nehru University. Then you pass out and get commissioned as an officer. So these are the 2 entries which are available after 12th. Now coming on to graduation. So if you are a graduate, then what do you do? So if you are a graduate, there are a number of entries which are available like CDS, NCC, SSC, Judge Advocate General and TGC courses. So I'll just cover all of them in detail. First is CDS. So CDS akin to NDA, it is after graduation. You apply for CDS, again conducted twice in a calendar year. One is CDS 1 before June and CDS 2 before December. So the procedure is more or less akin to what happened in NDA, with the age being here 19 to 25 years and you should be a graduate. So you apply for the CDS exam and based on your performance, you merit list is made, followed by Services Selection Board interview, then the medicals and then a merit list is drawn and then you do 1.5 years of training at Indian Military Academy, after which you get commissioned. And there is a stipend also which is involved for any candidate who is coming and joining Indian Military Academy as an officer cadet, gets a stipend, complete 1.5 years of training. Now coming on to the written examination portion of CDS entry. So there are 3 papers: English, General Knowledge and Elementary Mathematics, which is applicable to all. And in case somebody is opting only for Officers Training Academy, the part 3 is exempted, so he only appears for English and General Knowledge. So this is about CDS. Now coming to technical graduate course. So for technical graduate course, if you are a BE or BTech with 60% marks and age between 20 to 27 years of age, so you apply and then you go for Services Selection Board interview, medicals and balance of the procedure remains same. 1 year training at IMA and then you get commissioned. And again here the good part is you get 1 year antedate seniority. That is basically once you get commissioned as an officer, your seniority is fixed as per the date of your commissioning. But since you have done BE or BTech outside, so you are given 1 year seniority behind. The next option which is available is the shorts NCC SSC entry scheme, where basically if you are a graduate and if you are having NCC C certificate with minimum B grading, then you can apply for this. Here the procedure is same, SSB, medicals and the merit list is drawn. Then we also have this SSC technical. If you are a BE or BTech, age 20 to 27 years of age, same thing, only thing here being you are commissioned as a short service officer. We also have Judge Advocate General. Basically Army has got a group of officers who are something like an advocates who are there in the civil society. They are called Judge Advocate General. So anybody who has done LLB or LLM outside in the civil, he can apply for this. Age is from 21 to 27 years and then you apply for this to get commissioned in the Judge Advocate General branch of the Indian Army, followed by commissioning. So these are the various opportunities which are available for any youth who is crossing that benchmark of 12th standard or graduation.
Now Major Abhijeeth Singh, regarding Army Medical Corps, what are the various avenues available in Indian Army?
Thank you for the question, sir. I will be enlightening about the points, eligibility criteria, how to enter for MBBS course in the Army, and actually it is for tri services. After passing 12th with aggregate PCB marks percentage of 60%, and if your age limit is within 17 to 22 years of age, then you can straight away apply for FMC for MBBS course. The notification is generally out in the month of May or March or April. The NEET exam, which is held centrally, in that you need to choose an option to join Armed Forces Medical Services, and once you clear the NEET UG written exam, then a separate merit list is created for Army joining in FMC Medical College. So based on that merit list and the vacancies which are there in FMC, students are called for the interview which is held in Armed Forces Medical College at Pune. Once the student clears that interview, basic medical examination is held and medical is cleared, then separate merit list is created in which all the students who have cleared all the 3 steps, then they are admitted into Armed Forces Medical College, which is one of the prestigious medical colleges in India. Then there you graduate, you complete your MBBS, and after completing your MBBS, a small medical examination is held, and you are commissioned straight away as commissioned medical officers in the Indian Army / Navy or Air Force also. At the age of almost before 25, you will be earning, including your basic pay and all the allowances which are provided in the organization, your salary in hand will be up to almost $1 lakh per month. So if you see in your counterparts in civil who are working as medical officer, they might be earning 50 to 70,000 per month. But while being in the services, you will be earning almost twice while you are as medical officer. And the additional profit in this is, if you go financial way, while in doing internship, after completing the MBBS course, there is a period of 1 year when you do internship. The stipend which we get in civil, it is between 15-25 is max. But you will be commissioned as lieutenant after doing your MBBS course, and you will be earning 70 to 80,000 per month during that period of internship. After that period, you will be promoted to captain rank and you will be medical officer in the Indian Army. Beside the 12th standard students, if you have already, the students who have done the graduate MBBS from civil medical colleges, they can also be commissioned as short service medical officers. The age limit for such students are, they should be under 30 years if they have done MBBS from civil medical college. And there is also some vacancies for MD or MS students who have already completed the specialization degrees from the civil. Their age limit is, they should be under 35 years of age. And the notification is out usually between month of April to May every year. And once the application is forwarded, so based on the screening, interview is held at FMC or Delhi. So after clearing the screening interview, the merit list is created, and after the medical board is held, then they can be admitted in the organization as short service commissioned officers. And after completing almost 2 years of service, they can opt for permanent commission also. Besides the medical officers, there is separate dental course in our organization which is called Army Dental Corps. The eligibility for this course is, the student should be a graduate, either he can be BDS also or MDS also. And the advantage in this dental corps is that the age limit is slightly on higher side, that they can apply till the age of 45 years. And notification is out in the month of April and May. After they forward the application, an interview is held, usually at R&R Hospital, Delhi. The merit list is created. Then similar procedure is that the medical board is held, and they will be also commissioned as short service commissioned officers in the armed forces. Beside dental and medical, there is also opportunity for military nursing services, nursing officers. Students who have done their MSc or BSc nursing, any one of them, they can apply for nursing services in the Indian Army. The minimum age limit is 25 years and the maximum is 35 years of age. Notification is out in the month of March and April every year. And following which 100 marks basic written test is held. Then if they clear the written test, then medical is done. Following the medical, a medical board is held. Then after that, they are commissioned as officers in Army, Air Force or Navy also, and rank will be same. They will be commissioned as lieutenant. The 12th standard students who are opting for nursing services, if they have done their 12th standard in PCB and English with minimum aggregate marks of 50%, then they can apply for BSc course in the armed forces. So the age limit for this is minimum is 17 years. And 25 years is the maximum age. Notification is out every year in the month of March and April. The shortlisted candidates will be, merit list will be created as per their NEET UG, which they have. They need to appear for NEET UG and based on that merit list will be created. Then a general intelligence and general English test will be held, and beside that psychological assessment is also done, and following which an interview is there, and once interview is cleared they go for medical. After medical, similar procedure like medical board will be held, and they will join as nursing cadets for the course of basic nursing. These were the medical fields which all our students who can go for, and they will be holding a prestigious course also. They will be in service also. They will be doing service to the nation. So it will be a plus job opportunity, and they will be serving the nation also.
Sir, now regarding Agnivir entry, what exactly is this Agnivir entry, and how a candidate should prepare to get into Agnivir entry?
It is a scheme where basically a person getting selected as Agnivir is getting enrolled for a duration of 4 years. And at the end of the 4th year, the top 25% people are retained. And also those people who are exiting, they are given certain reservations in various job opportunities. What is Agnipath scheme or Agnivir scheme? So it is a pan-India merit-based recruitment. Various PSUs and CAPFs are also giving reservation to these people who are exiting after the 4th year. So, the salary package is, starting at the first year, you get a salary of about 30,000, of which 21,000 is given in hand. And then you're contributing about 9,000 rupees to something called Agnivir Corpus Fund. And a similar amount is also given by the government of India towards a particular package called Seva Nidhi scheme. So what is happening is basically whatever salary you're getting, and apart from that, whatever you're investing in the Seva Nidhi scheme, so the money which is invested by the Agnivir into the Seva Nidhi scheme, equal amount is being put by Government of India. So at the end of the 4th year, when he is exiting, he gets to carry about 10.04 lakhs as part of the Seva Nidhi scheme, of which he has invested 5.02 lakhs, and the balance 5.02 lakhs has been given by Government of India. Now about the salary, like I mentioned to you, the first year is getting about 30,000, second year is 33,000, third year is 36,500, and fourth year is 40,000. So this was the salary part. The categories which are available in Agnivir scheme is, firstly, it is Agnivir General Duty. So to apply for Agnivir General Duty, you require age should be between 17.5 to 21, height minimum of 166 centimeters, weight about 50, chest minimum normal 77 and expanded 82 centimeters. So this is the requirement. Here in itself, I would also like to mention that there are some waivers which are available in case you have represented, minimum is you have represented your district at the state level. You get a height relaxation of 2 centimeters. So, such relaxations are available for both height, weight and chest. So, this is there in the notification which is published, and also the website which I mentioned to you in the starting. And then you should be 10th pass with 45% marks aggregate and minimum of 33%. So, this is Agnivir General Duty. Then you have something called Agnivir Technical. So, again, age between 17.5 to 21 years. Height here is slightly lesser, 165 centimeters, and you should be 10 plus 2 with physics, chemistry and maths, or 10 plus 2 with from the state education board or central education board, which includes NIOS and ITI. So this is Agnivir Technical. Then we have Agnivir Clerk. The age remains same, 17.5 to 21. Height is 162 centimeters, and here you need to be 10 plus 2 with arts, commerce or science with 60% marks aggregate and minimum 50%. So there is a increase in the requirement of the marks. And then English and account keeping in class 12th is mandatory. Then you have something called Agnivir Trademan. Here there are two categories. One is Agnivir Trademan 8 and Agnivir Trademan 10th. So for 8th, the requirement is a simple 8th standard pass, and for 10th again it is a simple 10th standard pass. Then we have Army has now also started enrolling women in the Agnivir scheme. It is already happening. So the women are being enrolled into particular Corps of Military Police. So the women entry is known as Agnivir WMP or the Women Military Police. So here any girl or any girl who is desirous of joining this particular scheme, her age has to be between 17.5 to 21, height is 162, and balance qualification are same as is applicable to any Agnivir GD, which is basically 45% marks aggregate and 33% marks in each subject. There are much more details to it. I'll recommend all the candidates to go into the notification. So these are the Agnivir category. Now coming on to some more categories which are available, which are outside the Agnivir gambit. That is basically these people will continue to serve like it was happening before the Agnivir scheme, which involves soldier nursing assistant who are primarily part of the Army Medical Corps, Sipahi Pharma, Sipahi nursing assistant in veterinary. Basically they are the people who are looking after the animals which are held by the Indian Army, starting from sniffer dogs to horses and such like. Then we have a survey automated cartographer engineer. So basically they are engineers who are carrying out survey. Then we have something called junior commissioned officer. Basically these are the people who are getting commissioned as JCOs directly, who are known as junior commissioned officer religious teachers. So primarily these are those people who are imparting the religious teachings and to the troops. Then we have junior commissioned officer catering. They are primarily specialized into the maintaining the catering part. So that's why they have been given to RV Service Corps. Now this recruiting year onwards, 3 more categories have been added, which is basically Havaldar IT Cyber, Havaldar Information System, and Havaldar Linguist. So coming on to soldier nursing assistant, primarily like the name mentions, they are the people who are basically assisting the doctors in carrying out the medical requirements. Age between 17.5 to 23, height 165 centimeters, and requirement is 10 plus to pass in science with physics, chemistry, biology, and English, with minimum 50% marks in aggregate and 40% in each subject. Coming on to Sipahi Pharma, age between 19 to 25 years of age, and requirement is 10 plus 2 pass, and D Pharma minimum 55% marks. Other details are available in the notification. Then soldier nursing assistant in the Remount and Veterinary Corps, age between 17.5 to 23. Here the requirement is again 10 plus 2 with physics, chemistry, biology, and English, with 40% minimum and 50% aggregate. Then we have survey automated cartographer from the engineers, age between 20 to 25 years of age, with BA or BSc with max, and should have passed class 12th or equivalent, with maths and science as a major subject. Then, like I mentioned to you in the starting, the JCO religious teachers. Basically, these are the people who are imparting the religious training. They should be graduate in any stream and diploma in a particular religion for which they are applying. So, let's say if somebody is applying as a Buddhist or a Maulvi or the Hindu religious teacher, he has to have a diploma in that particular religion. Then we have JCO, Junior Commission Officer in the Army Service Corps. So here the requirement is apart from 10 plus 2, the person should have a diploma / certificate course for a duration of 1 year or more in cookery, hotel management, and catering technology from a recognized university or foodcraft institute. Those 3 trades which I mentioned in the starting, which is Havaldar, IT, Cyber, again the age requirement is from 20 to 25 years of age. There are various requirements. Anybody who is a BSc or MSc, information systems, cyber forensics, cryptology, computer science, data analytics, these are the people who are given priority 1. And there are priority 2, basically anybody who has done any graduation, like let's say mathematics, BSc, MSc, physics, BE or BTech. And a bonus of 30 marks is given in the final merit for these candidates for processing their educational qualification under priority 1. Then we have Havaldar Information System. So again the age is between 20 to 25 years of age, and here again you require the priority 1 educational requirement is BSc or MSc Information Technology, BSc, MSc or BTech Computer Science, BA, MA Mass Communication or BA, MA Mass Journalism, BA, MA Psychology, Sociology, Public Administration, Political Science or Military Studies or equivalent. And priority 2 is BA, MA English Literature, Urdu Literature, Kashmiri Literature, Tibetan Language, History, Multimedia, BA, MA, MSc Mathematics, Physics, Chemistry, BE, BTech, Electronics. Then the last one is Havaldar Linguist, basically those people who are specialist in languages. So here you require a graduation / post graduation with a 50% marks from a recognized university, and priority 1 is basically BA or MA in specified foreign language, basically Chinese, Myanmar, or BA or MA in English with diploma in specified language or equivalent. And priority 2 is given to basically any graduate in English literature, political, BA, MA, MSc, such kind. And like I mentioned, here also priority 1 candidates who are able to process their educational qualification in priority 1 get a 30 marks bonus. So these were the various trades which were applicable. So I'll recommend the candidates to go into that website which I mentioned, which is www.joinindianarmy.nic.in. Now regarding the selection procedure. So the procedure is firstly there is a notification which comes up where in detail everything is mentioned. Then as per the notification, you apply for it. It is an online application, again on the same website which I mentioned to you. After you apply on this particular website, then what you do is you appear for a common entrance examination. There are some changes which have taken place in the common entrance examination now. Firstly, it is now also available in Kannada. So anybody who's a local Kannada candidate can also appear in this exam in Kannada. It's an online examination, and you get to fill about 5 choices of your online examination, and based on availability and slots, you are given an option for the common entrance exam. Once you clear the common entrance exam based on the merit which is drawn, then you come for a physical test, which is also called the rally. So rallies are held at various locations in Karnataka. In this, what happens is all your physical checks and your documentational checks are done. So what happens is there is a physical fitness test, then there is a physical measurement test where basically all your height, weight, chest, everything is measured. Then your documentations are checked completely. Initially there is an initial check which is done, and then there is a medical examination which happens immediately for those people who are clearing all these stages. Basically anybody who clears physical fitness test, physical measurement test, clears documentation check, then he is called immediately the next day for carrying out his medicals. And then there are some candidates who get rejected in medical, or they are given some observations for which they are referred to some hospitals where they have to go and get it cleared. Then the result is published, and then the candidates are dispatched to the training centers where they have to go for training. I'll also cover in detail about the physical fitness test, where basically a candidate has to prepare himself. So first is 1600 meters run. Again, here I would like to highlight that earlier till last year, the qualifying times are only two, which is 5 minutes 30 seconds and 5 minutes 45 seconds. Now this year onwards, there are 4 groups which have been now included by the Recruiting Directorate of Indian Army. So now the timings are 5 minutes 30 seconds and 5 minutes 40 seconds, which were existing earlier. And now it is 6 minutes and 6 minutes 15 seconds. So anybody who comes in 5 minutes 30 seconds, like I mentioned, gets 60 marks. 5 minutes 45 seconds gets 48 marks. And 6 minutes gets 36 and 6 minutes 15 seconds gets 24 marks. So, now it is the chances of qualifying in the run are much more. So any, candidate who feels that, he is weak at run, he has this opportunity now with these 2 more groups being included. Thereafter, you carry out something called beam, where basically you hang on the beam and you carry out chin up. So the requirements are, starting, the excellent is 10, minimum is 6, but it varies from trade to trade. Again, I'll recommend the candidates to have a look at the notification. Then a 9 feet ditch. You have to just qualify in the 9 feet ditch, jump across the 9 feet ditch. Then a zigzag balance. So this is the physical fitness requirement for men. Now coming on to women who are desirous of joining as women military police, there are 2 groups. The group 1 is 1.6 kilometer run in 7 minutes 30 seconds and group 2 is up to 8 minutes. And after that you have to qualify in a 10 feet long jump and a 3 feet high jump. These are the only requirement for women in the physical fitness test. Balance procedure remains the same. I would also, like to urge the viewers or the listeners to make a note of certain bonus marks which are given when you join the Agniveer. So for example, if you are an NCC certificate holder, it gives you some advantage. So let's say if you're a certificate holder, you get 5 more marks as bonus over and above what you have scored because of holding of NCC A certificate. Similarly, for B certificate is 10 marks, C certificate 20 marks and 20 marks for GD. And C certificate 15 marks for all other trades other than Agniveer GD. And any C certificate holder, NCC C certificate holder who has participated in Republic Day, which is a matter of pride for all NCC candidates, cadets, is 25 marks. So and 25 marks for Agniveer GD and 20 marks for anybody who is applying for any trade other than Agniveer GD. And if you are also certain additional educational qualification will also give you bonus marks. Like for example, if you are a IT course holder, you get 15 marks. And ITI holders also have various other bonus marks. So you can see in the notification. Like I mentioned in the starting, Indian Army also encourages, performance in sports. So we look forward to recruiting sportsmen. So in this direction, we are also giving some bonus marks to people who have done well in sports. So the minimum requirement is, he should have represented his district at state level from a sports board which is recognized by the state, and there are various field of sports which are mentioned in the notification. So the candidate should look forward to those notification and see whether he fits into that bill, and then he gets bonus marks. Finally, in case any candidate or any viewer is interested in knowing much more detail of what has been covered, we recommend you to walk into Army Recruiting Office in Mangalore. Like I mentioned, we are located at Kulur. Our mail ID is ARO Mangalore, MANGALORE, Mangalore 2021. The ARO Mangalore is all in small, ARO Mangalore 2021 at gmail.com. And you can also speak to us on our landline number, which is 0824 295 1276.
Thank you, sir, and thank you all for participating in this program. I am sure youth from our area will come out in large numbers when there is a recruitment rally. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You were listening to a program on career opportunities in Indian Army. Participants were Colonel Somu, Director at ARO Mangalore, and Major Abhijeeth Singh, Army Medical Officer at ARO Mangalore. Moderator Lathish, Paldane. This was today's English Yuvavani. See you in the next episode.